Structural Racism Theater is made possible with support from the Washington Regional Association of Grantmakers, who encourage you to have discussions about race and racism.
Hello and welcome to Structural Racism Theater. I'm your host, Alistair Book. And tonight our story begins in the mayor's office of Emerald City. A fair-minded city. Emerald City's voters vote fair-minded candidates and enact fair-minded policies. But nowhere is their fair-mindedness more evident than in the minds of the city's most fair-minded residents. For you see, gentle viewer, you and I know that all is not as it seems. In tonight's tale, Darkness in Emerald City, an unconscious bias creeps into a seemingly fair-minded community. Enjoy.
Mr. Mayor, we've been named the most livable city in America yet again.
And we're at the top of this list of cities with the highest social conscious.
We sure do care about people in Emerald City.
That is good news. But tell me about these recent shootings. I understand they were all in the same neighborhood?
Yes, in Station Heights, yes. In Station Heights, yes.
A real shame.
Station Heights is an African-American community. According to our crime stats, most of the increase is taking place at night.
Let's visit Station Heights to see if we can learn more. Perhaps there is something we can do to better serve this community.
Mr. Mayor?
Let's actually leave this office and visit the community and learn more.
Mr. Mayor, it's getting dark out.
Why are all of these street lamps out? How did this happen? We drove through several neighborhoods to get here, and all of those street lamps were working just fine.
Mr. Mayor, I was here last week and I was wondering the same thing. So I did a little research and I used this thing called a racial equity tool after discovering that this problem seems to be more prevalent in all of Emerald City's communities of color.
What are you saying?
Yes. What are you saying?
All they have to do is call the complaint line and it gets fixed.
Whatever the reasons, the results are quite clear. The street lamps in our white communities get replaced faster and more often. There's clearly an unconscious bias here. But the solution is simple. We know how long these bulbs last. We should switch from a system of people complaining to a system where we replace them on a schedule. According to this cost analysis I conducted, we will save money and will be better serving Station Heights.
Brilliant! Implement this at once. And come with me. I think we can apply your racial equity tool to some of the city's other issues. I hear that trash collection is also a problem in Station Heights.
Why didn't we think of that?
Every day the sun rises, but in the evening it sets, and every night is dark. None of the characters in tonight's tale were racist. It was the city that became so. By putting racism on the table and illuminating the structural problems of the community he governed, the mayor shone light on an institutional, unconscious bias and lit the way for a shining, bright future for all residents of Emerald City. Perhaps your community has similar problems. Are you ready to put race in the discussion to solve them? As you ponder, I want to thank you for joining me for tonight's installment of Structural Racism Theater. Until next time, I'm Alistair Book. Good night.